for them to take. This is an undermanned Rockets team, and this Knicks team is way better on paper, and I want to come out and take this game and dominate, and they did that. Got out to a fast start. Alfred Payton was in his bag early, Reggie Bullock early, Julius doing his Julius things. But after a ferocious Rockets comeback by John Wall to cut it to 5, it was once again the dynamic duo of Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickly who put this game away and left no doubts. Knicks win 121-99, 13-15 on the campaign, 2 wins in a row. And we're going to keep this thing rolling, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. JL, give me some thoughts on this game, bro.
Man, the Knicks, man, they like doing these little slow start things, CP. They really do. And once again, they got off to a slow start. But it was kind of like a rework of the last game, CP. The second unit came in and punched them in the mouth, straight up. The defense picked up once they got in, and they would push the lead, and that was all she wrote. The Knicks pretty much led after that, and even in the third quarter, the first unit again, they tried to give away the game, man. Yeah. I feel, some of the threes started hitting because, they didn't really hit the threes in the first quarter, in the second quarter, but the third quarter, the threes started hitting, and I felt like the coach took a minute to make a change. But eventually, when the change came, the second unit once again pushed the lead, led by Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickly, who just hit consecutive 3 after 3 after 3. And that's all she wrote, man. It was kind of showtime at the Apollo after that, man. You saw all the best plays were in the fourth quarter, to be honest with you, with the Knox, alley-oop, the Obi topping. Pre-dunk contest dunk. We took care of business. It was a party after that.
Took care of business, and welcome back, Ash. How's everything? How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm warm. I'm sunny. I'm bright.
Having some fun in the sun. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Give us some thoughts. Give us some thoughts on this game tonight.
Listen, I think that this was, I like the term complimentary basketball. This was it at its finest. And, with Mitchell being out, we really needed that help from Nerlens Noel on the offense and the defense. He came through. I mean, I think he looked great as a starter. I think that he's going to be the consistent factor we're going to need, especially in Mitch's absence. But also, shout out to IQ, shout out to D Rose. And I know the smoke's going to be coming in my direction.
There was a lot of smoke.
You
missed the last 2 games. People thought you were ducking the chat. Jay Ellis has accepted it. But welcome back.
I know. It's fine. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm not 100% sold on it yet, but it does look good from where it is. But I think also, in the third quarter, things got a little bit shaky. Again, those Tibbs rotations, we were looking at them a little bit sideways because it gave the Rockets time to come back, and they did not look great, the Rockets. Their shots just weren't hitting. They kind of hit their stride a little bit in the third, and we kind of helped them in that direction. But shout out to Tibbs and the rest of the guys for being able to kind of snap out of that and put their foot back on the gas. I think this was a good win on both sides of the ball, and I'm very impressed with what I saw tonight.
Good win indeed. Able to hold them to 99. So another night where we hold a team under 100 points. So the Knicks defense definitely came to play. As you said, I thought Nerlens and Taj did a pretty commendable job in Mitch's absence. And it didn't look like the Rockets showed up at all in the first half. Clyde was in his bag as usual. It was like, this is the most pathetic performance I had ever seen because the Knicks were just steamrolling them. And on the defensive end, the Rockets didn't even show up. But, once again, that duo, Rose and Quickly, 21 points versus the Heat in Rose's debut. 30 points versus the Wizards, 38 points tonight versus the Rockets. And, there was early concerns that Rose might take Quickly's minutes, but it's a complete opposite. They're coming in together, and they're giving that second unit a lift. And now it's a pick your poison type of situation, Jails, because, like I said, Quickly, yes, he's getting the threes off the dribble and off the pull-ups, but he's also getting it off the catch and shoots as well. Because Rose, as that other ball handler, he's a threat in his own. So it's the ball movement is crisp. Burks has added another dimension. The three of them gave that second unit a huge lift in the second quarter. And the second unit is prolific now with Rose here, bro.
Yeah, man. The second unit itself, they play off each other pretty well. I do feel like the passing is probably rubbed off on Alec Burks. I don't know. It just seems like he's more of a willing passer now instead of just a chucker. So I like that aspect of the game. I also like the spacing that Quickly is getting and Rose, like
Yeah.
especially when he got that hot today.
Yeah.
There was times where Quickly's man was just his whole purpose was I'm trying to stop Quickly, and it just kind of let Derrick Rose do what he wanted to do. He wasn't able. He was going to cheat. He was just like my job is to stop this guy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that's a nice wrinkle to it as well. And yeah, and the minute like it hasn't been that. It hasn't been IQ. Funny enough, I feel like RJ has been the guy recently.
Yeah. And it's interesting, and that that's another question I would certainly want to pose to you guys. RJ didn't really have it tonight. Another night that he kind of struggled from the field, and last night was more the same. Shout out to my guy Larry Israel. He asked me if I thought that RJ was hurt, because he did have the knee taped up and stuff like that, and he mentioned that he did look a little slow. And when I did watch him in the second half, he did look like he was dragging the leg a little bit. So another night for RJ where he only plays 22 minutes, 2 for 8 from the field, 7 points, 5 dimes. Very ho hum night for RJ tonight. Are you guys concerned at all with RJ?
No, I think it happens. I think it's growing pains of kind of developing and becoming who we want him to be. I don't think he's looked atrocious to where, you got to sound the alarm. It definitely is a big contrast in what we've seen him do consistently the past few games, past few weeks. But I also think, with D Rose being on the squad now, it kind of takes a little bit of the pressure off of RJ to be the scorer constantly. And I think that's what we were seeing. I mean, there were only a handful of guys who could actually score. And now that D Rose is in the mix, it kind of makes it a little bit easier for RJ to have nights like this and still be able to pull out wins. So I'm not concerned. I think, like I said, it's just part of the growing pains of being a 20-year-old superstar to be in the NBA. You're going to see games like this from him. You're going to see games like that from IQ. You're going to see games like that from Obi. You're going to see games like that from the young guys who are still trying to figure out who they are in this league and how they can contribute to this team and to do so consistently. So it's it's nothing to be worried about. It's part of the game. It really just is.
Yeah. I mean, listen, part of those misses, I mean, he had about 6 points where he missed at point blank range, and if he makes those, that's a 13-5 night or 14, 15-5 night. So I thought a lot of that he just didn't finish well close to the rim. But other than that, I'm not too concerned. And I think it's also a good problem to have with Rose, Quickly, and Burks kind of delivering for you in the third quarter. It gives RJ some more rest. You didn't really need to go back to him to finish the game. And so, another night off where he gets, less minutes wouldn't be such a bad thing either way. JLs, what's your take?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all you guys. And to me, he's still doing other things. Like, I think 5 assists.
5 assists, yeah. Had a couple Gotham lobs going. Caught Noel in a couple lobs.
Yeah, exactly. Mitch is not there. It's like, all right, cool. Run the same plays as Noel. I think him going to his left hand has opened up that lob for him. Yeah. And he's been hitting that consistently. So I'm not mad at it. He's not really hurting the team. We're still winning. And, he contributed to 10 points based off of those 5 assists. So I'm not really mad at him.
Yeah, I agree, man. Definitely agree. 58-30 bench points, which was, again, 38. You had 38 from Rose and Quickly. Obi chipped in with a couple buckets. Taj chipped in with a couple of the Obi finished with 11 points. 5 and 9 from the field. Taj chipped in. Nice game from Obi. Plus 16 with that unit. So nice game from Obi. 4 points for Taj, 5 rebounds as well. And then Burke chipped in. He had a 3 early in the game. So overall solid from the second unit. 60 points in the paint, which was good because this is where we needed to feast. They have no inside presence. Cousins is their guy. They missed no Christian Wood tonight and no Oladipo. So this, as I said, this was a shorthanded Rockets team, and so I thought the Knicks did a good job of attacking the paint as well.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Peyton, Peyton was going to the paint the first half as well with 15 points.
Listen,
we already saw
Peyton was in his bag. That Peyton John Wall matchup was pretty interesting.
It was spicy.
Man. Yeah, it was spicy.
he was jarring at him all night, and I love to see that energy from him. And I gotta say, Peyton keeps playing like this. It makes it really hard to crack the jokes. And I have the jokes. They're in the bag. They're waiting to come out. But I mean, it's hard to make them when he's out here playing like that. And you can see why Tibbs constantly, wants him on the floor, constantly is giving him these minutes. You can start to see what he's always seen in Peyton. Now you're starting to see it for yourself, because before it was a mystery to us. And I think now we're starting to kind of get on the same page. So the Peyton jokes are going to have to go on the back burner for a little bit.
15 points.
Just a little bit.
15 points, 7 of 11 from the field. And like I said, he didn't back. One thing about Peyton that we saw last year is that he don't back down.
No, he doesn't.
He was all up on John Wall in that first quarter, and let him know he was here. Let him know he was here to play tonight. Last year we saw him throw Crowder 3 rows into the stands, into Chris Brickley and them for trying to run up the score. So that's one thing about Peyton. He's tough, man. He's from Louisiana. He doesn't back down, and so you definitely appreciate that, especially in this modern game when all these players are kind of soft and buddy. So good job by him. I thought the Peyton John Wall battle was dope. I thought, how about Julius? Julius going up against one of the best defenders in the league and accepting the challenge, man. Julius and PJ Tucker were going at it all night, and I thought, Julius did well, man. Another night, 22-8 for Julius. You know what I'm saying, JLZ? You were saying
vote for him. Vote for him, All-Star.
Yeah, we got to get Julius in the All-Star game, man.
Yeah,
7-15 on the night, 1 for 2 from downtown, 7-8 from the free throw line. We got to get Julius to the All-Star game, man. He deserves it. He deserves it. For sure.
He's playing so well, it's boring now. Like, no one wants to talk about it. Because it's happening every single time, almost every single time.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of want to talk about it when he's not playing well because it's something different from the norm. But he's playing well every single time, and he's starting to hit even like clutch shots at the buzzer now.
Like Melo, I mean, somebody hit me on Twitter like, "Yo, Julius is kind of in his Melo bag," and I'm like, I didn't really want to admit it, but he kind. Some of the moves are kind of, they're operating out of the same area, mostly out of that elbow. It seems like the first shot he wants to go to is that like turnaround baseline jumper.
Yep. That falling away jumper on that baseline on that right side. Yep. Every single time.
Yeah, Julius definitely took out the arsenal today on PJ Tucker. So that was an impressive performance, man. Definitely impressive performance by Julius, man.
Exactly. Even a little Dirkish too, the way he falls back and shoots.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
We're not comparing them. We're not comparing them. We're just saying
I'm not comparing them, but Dirk is the guy who came in the game with the turnaround, shoot, and then kick your leg out for balance. Like that's the first guy I remember doing that move. And
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Not calling him Dirk Nowitzki. That's not
okay. I'll give you that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, Julius was in his bag. Definitely like to see that. And yeah, that was it, man. Once John Wall went on a tear, and that's one thing about John Wall. He'll build you a brick house, but he could also run off 10 straight on you, and that's what he did. He ripped off 10 points in that third quarter to cut it to 5. That's when Rose came in about the 5:05 mark in the third. They're able to close the third up 12, and basically didn't look back from there. I think the largest lead they had was 22 points, and that was that. Rose and Quickly really just ran it up. Quickly with 4 3-pointers in that second half, couple in the fourth quarter, big buckets. And I think that was the biggest difference in this game, man. They were able to pull it away.
Yeah, man. I kind of feel like Peyton got in his head a little bit in the first half, too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he got in his head.
Yeah.
Because Frazier was talking about it. He's like, the difference is in the second half, giving up the ball.
Yeah. And
he was not trying to pass.
And he was jarring at him early. I mean, if you remember, I think it was in the first quarter where, he got called for that foul and Peyton was not having it. He kind of stepped to him. John Wall was looking at him and, Cousins walked in the middle and it was like, I thought they were about to go at it. Yeah. I was like, okay, Peyton.
I thought they were going to get it in early. Man.
That's how you get a New York Knicks fan on your side. It looked like you about to
rumble, young man, rumble.
Yeah, man, but good win indeed, and we'll take it. The schedule is, not to say that they're winnable. I hate to say winnable games when it comes to the Knicks because nothing's ever easy. But the Hawks coming up, Orlando coming up, those are games that teams that are within the Knicks' speed. That if they want to make the playoffs, these are games that they can and should win. So let's see how they respond in these next few games. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. 121-99. Knicks win. 1900 right now, checking in on YouTube. Salute to everybody. Let's get those likes up. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel as well. And salute to everybody on Facebook, man. The Facebook family is always in here heavy as well. So we welcome everybody. Let's salute some super chats before we get to the phones. Kurt Cobain sends us a super chat from heaven. He says, JLs and Ash pulled up with the worst first takes in America when it came to D-Rose. CP looking like Nostradamus. Ooh, I didn't ad-lib on that. That was the super chat by Kurt Cobain.
First of all,
he said that I smoked. He said that I smoked JLs and Ashley. And that's a trend, if y'all notice, whenever we get into these debates. It's JLs and Ashley always try to team up on me. And I'm always on an island by myself. It's all good. It's all good.
First of all, it's not. I still don't think it was a bad take to say that you're afraid that Thomas Thibodeau is not going to play a rookie when that's what he's been doing all season. I don't think that's a bad take.
And also, I don't think JLS or myself ever. Well, actually, JLS did. I'm gonna have to.
JLS said he couldn't shoot, man. I was reading the comments.
He did say he couldn't shoot.
The shots were flying.
I'm gonna have to hold you to that.
I said he's not a shooter. He can't shoot.
He can't shoot anymore
from the rim. He's actually shooting better now. I'll give him that.
You said the man couldn't shoot anymore. I simply said I did not want to see his addition to the team take away from IQ's development. I don't think that was a bad take. I don't think saying that Tibbs' stubbornness in his rotations concerns me. Still don't think that was a bad take. It still does concern me. It's been 3 games. Mm-hmm. I still need to see a little bit more to feel more confident in Tibbs and how he's going to go ahead and maneuver, with IQ and D Rose. If he continues to play them together on the floor as much as he does, I'm all for it. I think it's only going to be beneficial to IQ's development. Yeah. But like I said, it's been 3 games. I don't want to see, that change. If it stays like this, I'm good. If you start seeing, IQ on the bench more and D Rose playing more, then I have an issue with it. But I never said, in my defense, never said D Rose couldn't shoot. Just want to put that out there. This guy did.
Thanks, Ash.
Throw JL under the bus. No doubt. It's every man for himself, JL. It's every man for himself. Everyone.
I feel you. Well, I will say this. I did say Derrick Rose has worse finishing than Elfrid Payton, and that's true. He shot 46% at the rim this year, so I was concerned about his finishing. His mid-range has improved, but I didn't feel like he was a shooter. Now, as he came to the Knicks team, he's been shooting. He's shooting better than he did with the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
Facts.
Certainly closed and finished better tonight. You know what I'm saying? 5 of 11 from the field for Rose, 16. And like I said, I thought he really took control of that game in the 3rd and 4th when we needed it. And that, his addition, that's what that gives us. And he came up big.
Facts. Like, he was shooting 42% with the Detroit Pistons. He's shooting 60% now.
Yeah. Hey, man. He's born again, so salute to him. Good win. First Lady of Sports sends us a super chat. She says, Ashley and Jay Ellis are now on the Rose bandwagon. Ooh. Daniel
I'm
Mejia.
not on the bandwagon.
I'm not on any bandwagon. Daniel Mejia says, if the defense is still the same with Mitch out, is he more expendable as a trade asset? I'm not going to go.
Stop.
My man's about to go under the knife, man. Well,
oh, my gosh.
One game, y'all saying we're not going to touch that. Fat Boy with Kick says, please don't let the Debbie Downers call in tonight. Positive vibes only, all 72. And with that, let's go to the phones. My man went under the knife today. Papa left. How's everything, man? Hope all is well, bro. How's everything going?
A successful surgery, and I want to thank everybody last night for wishing me well. All the energy counts, and I appreciate all you guys wishing me well on that. So I'm on the American Gangster. It was a good movie, Ashley. You should check it out sometime. But I'm on the Blue Magic right now. So
he's feeling wavy.
Really
he's super wavy right now.
I'm gonna let him
live. I just want to talk about the turning point in the game, and I want to apologize for the Julius slander I brought to the show. My worst call, and hopefully my last worst call, which was saying that we should trade this guy or look to build his value. And I think that's a part of being a good contributor to the KnicksFanTV is admitting when you're wrong.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. We should not be looking to trade Julius Randle because Rose and Quickly got the points. They got all the the separation points when we were up by 7. But if you noticed at the end of the third, Randall, of course, with Mitch out, has to protect the paint, and he has to get tough boards. And I think he had back-to-back possessions of a tough board kick out, and then he had a block on the other side. It was a 7-point game. So it was those type of plays. And then we're talking about Randall, you know, not getting enough love in the All-Star game. And then I looked at the standings, and I looked at all these MVP candidates. And I'm not jumping out the window with this take, but I wouldn't be surprised if Julius Randle gets more MVP votes than he does All-Star votes. So as much as we want to see the All-Star recognition, if we make the playoffs and you look at all these other guys with star 1Bs, star 1Cs, star 2s, we don't have that on our team. And Randall is really holding it down for us and making sure that we can create that separation for Quickly to get hot, for Rose to start penetrating, for other guys to get involved. So whenever we just need a consistent, established force on the floor, this guy has been just, like Jay Ellis said, quote of the night, it's starting to get boring, but we're enjoying it. Mitch being out creates an opportunity for Toppin to develop. And you never want to see someone go down with an injury, and I'm not advocating for it, obviously, with my situation. But it is a checkpoint on this season that we technically could get out of that. I like the way that Noel and Taj are active on getting out to the paint, and I feel like Mitch can work on that a little bit as far as contributing on the pick and rolls. So Taj was very active. Noel was very active. And I think that will help us. We're just a deep team right now. Last point on RJ, I see a lot of chemistry on this team. You got Rose and Quickly and Toppin kind of collectively creating this mentorship piece. Then you got Noel and Taj. You got Randall and Elfrid Payton, which ironically is how I got introduced to the KnicksFanTV show. You guys exposed the love affair between Payton and Randall and made me look at the game totally different. But that's why you guys are you guys. I just feel sometimes that RJ is trying to find himself by himself. And I think I'm not going to be negative. It's not a negative take. I just want Tibbs to just give him a nod and give him a little bit more confidence going down the stretch into the playoff run. And hopefully we can get RJ going with someone other than that first unit if it comes to that. Yeah. I'm not saying bench him. I'm just saying let's stagger him, because it kind of reminds me of David Johnson when he was playing with Josh Rosen, and they would just run him up the middle. And then all of a sudden they brought in Byron Leftwich, and now David Johnson's running screens. You know, he's getting passes down the slot, down the seams of the field, using his strengths to his advantage. And right now, when Burks comes in, you're seeing Burks being used to his advantage. You're seeing other guys being used to their skill set. And sometimes I feel even with Obi, that first preseason game against the Pistons, we saw him on the block, and he had Amari vibes. And you see him going to the bucket. He got in Rose's way, but at least he was going to the bucket. And Rose got in his face and said, "Get out of my way." So I think he has more to learn by getting closer to the rim. So does RJ getting closer to the rim. And that's what I got to say tonight. Thank you guys.
Appreciate
for letting me call in.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Speedy recovery, man. I'll just start from RJ on back. I mean, I just think, this is a 3-game skid for him. Yeah. The last few games they were going with him. You know what I'm saying? And again, at Miami's adjustments on him in the pick and roll changed things. You know what I'm saying? They played them twice. They played the Wizards. He struggled a little bit, and he struggled here. So say a 4-game skid. But prior to that, JL, RJ had it going. We were talking about RJ, and I thought the chemistry he had was with Mitch, with Noel on the lobs as well. A little bit here and there with Julius. If you get some more 3-point shooters around him, obviously I think his passing will certainly be on display, and we'll get some more buckets there. Hopefully you see him and Obi maybe mix it up a little bit, but I think it's just a little tough skid right now for RJ.
Yeah, you took all the points I was about to say. You pretty much nailed it. Like, he does have a little bit of chemistry with him and Mitch. I feel like he's the only one who actually passes the ball to Mitch on the lives for the most time, you know? So I do think there's chemistry there. I do feel like Julius and RJ had chemistry as well during that 12-game stretch when he was going off. They were like looking for each other a lot, you know? So I think there's chemistry there as well. It's just a weird skid right now. Like you said, Miami's looking at game tape on him, so it took him out of his rhythm. And I'm not sure what happened today, but today just wasn't the day. But he still, even though today wasn't the day, and he specifically didn't get going, he got other people going, which is fine. I do understand what he's saying, though. Maybe staggering the minutes so someone can get him going for a change, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of him getting other people going. So I do get that, you know?
Wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah. What do you think, Ash?
I think, you know, in situations this past few games, he's getting looks. He's just not following through. And then sometimes also, you know, his game, because he doesn't have a long range shot yet and he doesn't have a mid range shot, really a consistent one, when he can't drive to the paint like he is accustomed to and where his bread and butter is, it kind of leaves him in this weird like rut he gets in sometimes. And when you're playing a team with DeMarcus Cousins on it, who's going to, you know, body you every time you try to get to the rim, it makes it a little bit harder to add that aspect to your game. You don't have anything else to fall back on. So I think, you know, he's got to fight through it. He's got to go through it. This is the growing pains of, you know, being on the New York Knicks. This is the growing pains of coming into the type of player that you are, that you want to be. You have to go through it. So I don't think it's a concern. I think, again, because of all the other pieces that are starting to formulate and click on the team, he can get away with having games like this. It's important, though, when you have games like this, that you don't let it go too long. You don't let it linger too long, because what happens is it starts to affect your progress. It starts to go ahead, and it's more of a mental thing, your muscle memory and things like that. I think next game he'll be fine. I think it's just been a weird streak from him. You know, started off really – the past couple of games, the past few weeks, he's been hot. He's in a space where he's not so hot. If you remember, in the beginning of the season, he was not so hot. He's kind of going like this until he can finally, you know, ride like this. And it's normal. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Agreed. And then, on the Julius stuff, great points. I don't know if he'll get MVP votes, but, you know, to his point, Julius really taking on the challenge of drawing the other team's toughest defenders, drawing the double teams, you know, commanding that attention, commanding that gravity and that energy, and again, making his teammates better. And he's got to get on the boards. Yesterday, he had 18 against Washington. Tonight, another 9, chipped in with another 9, 1 turnover. And again, against Tucker, I thought he had a good game. I thought these were solid numbers against PJ Tucker.
Yeah. And you know what? For everybody saying that I didn't want the smoke on D Rose and Jay Ellis doesn't want the smoke and what we were wrong. Every single person in this chat, I'm remembering names. I'm starting to my photographic memory is starting to click. I remember every single one of y'all who were talking about trade Randall. Now you guys are on the Randall bandwagon. So if you want the smoke, I got the smoke for you too. We can do this all night.
Bang bang.
Receipts.
Okay, because I remember. There were only 2 people on this. There was only 2 people up here who were defending Randall, and it was myself and Jay Ellis. Every single one of y'all, and I'm seeing the names, and I'm starting to make the connection. Trade him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Now you're here, right? Now it's Randall's this. Vote for Randall for the All-Star game.
Vote for Randall. Vote for Randall.
Let's do it, Randall.
It would never last. Randall while he's hot.
Okay.
Julius, you're my hero.
Okay, bandwagon.
Julius, you're my guy, man.
Y'all hit your you guys hit your Julius Randall bandwagon. To me and Jay Ellis is Derrick Rose bandwagon.
Welcome to the bandwagon. All right, y'all can stay if y'all want. All right,
Julius all day, man. Julius all day, man. So, salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. We're actually talking spicy tonight. If you guys,
I'm here for it.
If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new. We'll shout you guys out. Salute Papa Left, man. My man was calling before the knife, under the knife, after the knife. That's a dedicated Knicks fan, a dedicated Knicks Fan TV listener, man. I gotta salute that guy, man. Appreciate it. He was definitely feeling wavy, man. So definitely get some rest. I don't know. He was definitely feeling wavy, man.
That Novocaine.
Yeah, if you want to call it that. Salute to Ron Hansley in the building. My guy Ron Hansley says, since acquiring D Rose, the Knicks bench have outscored their opponents by a total of 74 points. Hashtag Mob Deep.
Let's go.
Yeah, man, he's giving us a punch, no doubt about it. The rhyme animal, Chuck D, salute to Chuck D, says we got to smash the gas on these teams. No excuses, no asterisks. Quickly and Rose rising quickly. Welcome back, Super 3. Let's go. Hashtag Knicks Nation. RJ and Obi looking good at good contests to learn from, not just the losses. That's major. Salute to Chuck, man. Appreciate you. Rhyme Animal in the building. Everybody throw a hashtag PE in the chat to salute Chuck D and Public Enemy for sure. I want to shout out Uncle Gallmander. Team hashtag knew what's going on. Kurt Cobain, you not new, but welcome to the chat. Anyway, who else? I got Uncle Gallmander. Paul P in the chat. What's going on, Paul? Amarius Gutierrez, how you feeling? Hashtag new. Ash, who you want to shout out in the chat?
Shout out to everyone lying, say they weren't talking about trading Julius Randle with your lying selves. I know who you are, but whatever. Okay, my memory works perfection. My memory is perfection. Shout out to Charmboy72, Jamaica in the building. I'm jealous. I love Jamaica. Love Jamaica. Someone said, C. Marshall said, Ash reached in that girlfriend misdirection bag.
I saw that.
Shout out to everyone hashtagging all 72. Appreciate you guys. Yep. And just hashtag and shout out to everyone who's just rocking with us on a Saturday night. Saturday nights. I know you guys could be anywhere, but you're here with us, and we appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. And over 2,000 people in the chat. So let's get those likes up. Let's hit that thumbs up button for your squad. And yeah, definitely appreciate it. UFC fight night going on. My guy Usman is fighting, so definitely want to make sure. If you guys are watching the fight, just keep us updated. Let me know if the main card is coming up. Just so I know, give me a good estimate so I know when to wrap up. JJ from Brooklyn. JJ, what's going on?
Yo, what's good? Man, another good win. Quickly, this kid, what can you say about this kid? He's just a stud, man. He hit those big threes right when they were making that run. I think they cut it to 5. And then he hit those 2 huge threes to put us back up double digits. The thing with RJ, if you remember the Heat game, Tibbs took him out when we were down 3 with like 50 or so seconds left in the game. So I think he took him out for Burks. I know Burks is a better 3-point shooter, but RJ's still one of our guys, so I don't necessarily agree with doing that. And I feel like whenever RJ doesn't have it going, like Tibbs has a really, really quick hook with him. Like the last 2 games, I know he brought up there might be a little injury. I didn't notice that. But if that has nothing to do with it, I wouldn't really do that type of thing with RJ because, he still defends well. He passes well. He threw a few nice alley-oops to Noel. So, I would just stick with RJ. There's going to be games where he doesn't have it, but I wouldn't just have such a quick hook with him. And, I mean, when it takes him out, like, say, early in the second half, like, he doesn't even bring him back in, whether it's a close game or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really wouldn't do it. That's just my opinion. And then last thing real quick on the trade rumors or whatever you want to call it with guys like Beal and Levine.
Mm-hmm.
I know those 2 are great players, but you're also worried just because as great as they are, they've never really won. So are they just great players on bad teams or, are they winning players? And then if you give up a ton, like players from the roster and picks, then you're basically going to be the New York Wizards and the New York Bulls.
Yeah.
You're going to have those guys and not much else.
100%.
If it was like a deal with like Kawhi and Paul George where they both came basically together, then I would say, okay, maybe you definitely debate it. But if nobody else, there's the free agent class next year, all those guys are signed already, except like Kawhi, Drew Holiday. Those guys aren't coming here. So to me, it doesn't make much sense. I would just keep building through the draft and keep the young players. And that's just my opinion on it. But appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thanks, JJ. Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm sticking in the draft. I'm not making trades for any of those dudes. I'm not giving up any packages. I'm not giving up any draft picks. I'm good, man. I'm going to war with what we have, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just not, I know it sounds crazy. I said this on my show yesterday. It sounds crazy when you're trying to turn down, Bradley Beal and Oladipo and Levine. I just don't feel like the Knicks are in a position where a trade like that makes any sense for their future. I just don't see it.
No, I agree with you. If we're giving up too much, it doesn't make sense. And plus, there's like a nice little chemistry forming too. So it's like it's interesting how when you add a piece, how it affects the puzzle as a whole. And I don't know if you want to disrupt it too much when it seems like we're starting to get something because we've been good on the defensive end for so long. It seems like the offense is starting to catch up now. It could be a weaker schedule too, but with that being said, it just still looks like this chemistry forming, and you just want to kind of sit and let it cook right now and see what happens.
Yeah, and on top of that, I mean, we've been talking about consistency and how important it is to build a consistent foundation for this team, especially when you look at past seasons over the years. We just haven't had it, whether it was in the front office, whether it was coaching, whether it was players. You just want to start building that foundation of consistency. But then also on top of it, I would say if we didn't have any picks, if we didn't have Dallas's pick, coming up, I would say, yeah, you definitely need to make a trade, not necessarily for this year, but just for your future in general, because you don't have anything that you can go ahead and acquire any additional players from, but we have a pick. So it's, you would be trading for what exactly? Unless you're going to go ahead and get, LeBron James for like virtually nothing, which is not going to happen. You don't want to disrupt what you're starting to build. I think you have a really good team. Obviously, I think you're one major piece away. I don't know, maybe that piece will come in the draft. Maybe you can trade that piece at a later date for something that's already existing out there in the league. But I don't think you need to go ahead and pull the trigger on anything right now. I think the team looks great how it is, how they are. And touching it would just do more damage, would do more harm than good.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. Will from the Bronx, what's going on, Will?
Yo, what is Goody? The Doody Hootie? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Yo, he's tweaking. He's tweaking.
Guys,
He's tweaking.
we took this stuff. Let's go. Let's give IQ the keys. Give that man the keys. Now, him and D Rose, they are a beautiful duo. However, I want to see IQ next to RJ. I think that'd be good. And D Rose can definitely help unlock Obi. I was gonna say I would love for Payne to cease to exist, but just leave him out here. He needs to get traded to the Rivers. I don't know what the Knicks are gonna do, but I feel like those dudes are being, they're gonna be packaged. They're on their way out of here. Don't know why Payne has a no trade clause, because I'm pretty sure his name is Alfred Payton, not Gary Payton, but whatever. Let's get this man out of here. Mitch, I miss you already. Yo, I hope you get better soon. Cause that's my guy. Mitch is my guy.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
Awesome win. Good back-to-back blowout wins. This is what I'm talking about. And let's keep it going.
Yes, sir.
Peace. Booty is out.
Yo,
the Bronx. Can I just say, like the Bronx is different. Like it's
that
different
loud
up
pack
there.
is loud in the Bronx.
It's really different up there. Like it's just different. It's a different world because it's different.
One of these days, JL, so we're gonna ask him what that means. But right now, I don't want to know. I'm gonna just let him rock. I don't want to know.
I don't think I want to know either.
I don't think I want to know.
Exactly. It's like when you get a tattoo.
What did he say? I
don't know. I don't know.
That's like when Rick and Morty. That's when Rick, he goes,
Somebody did say it, right? Somebody did say it. I forgot what it was.
Somebody tell me what Rick and Morty, what Rick always says, what his catchphrase is. It's like yabba dabba doo da. No, wait, that's the Flintstones.
I feel like we're going in circles. I feel like we had this.
Somebody tell me what his catchphrase is again.
We did. So, and somebody in the chat had it, but I forgot about it. It was like weeks ago. I forgot about it.
Tell me what Rick's catchphrase is, guys. Put it in the chat, please.
Dominic in the chat says, "Protect the Bronx."
Protect the Bronx.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, but salute to Will, man. He's a good dude. On the RJ thing, I think JJ had mentioned on the RJ thing and how Tibbs was using him. I just think it was just a matter of circumstance. The first Miami game, they closed out with their shooters. They didn't close at RJ, but I don't really blame Tibbs for that. RJ didn't have it going, and this heat had shut him down all game, and so he was kind of cold. So I don't blame Tibbs for closing with that lineup that had Quickly, Burks, Rivers. I think it was Randall and Mitch. Now the second Miami game, he did the same thing in certain situations. He did the same thing in certain situations, but in the end, RJ had the ball in his hands to make a game-tying play,
Right.
which he could have made, and maybe we're not having this discussion right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be game to game.
Yeah.
He's still getting his minutes. As long as RJ is not in a situational situation, we good.
Yeah, right. We know Frank is in that situation.
Yeah.
Kev is in that situation.
Oh, it's wobble of a. It's wait, wobble of a dub dub. That's what it is.
That's definitely
Wobble
not
of a
what Will
dub-dub.
say. That's definitely not what Will say, but yeah.
There we go.
That is
I'll
it.
never forget that now.
That
Wobble of a
is- that is
wobble
it.
of a dub dub.
He might have just remixed it. Who knows?
Michael Barone in the chat, man, was all on it. And Lex the Destroyer. A lot of people. Oh, a lot of Rick and Morty fans in the chat, no doubt.
Yeah, we got everyone. They're everyone's saying wobble of a dub dub. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
There
Thank you.
it is. There it is. B-Sun07 says, do I call in through the Discord server? No. The phone number is right here. The phone number is right here. 657-383-1509. We do have a Discord server for those of you that want to join a larger group chat that we have going on there. Eventually, we will set it up where we can take calls from the Discord server, so some of our international viewers can definitely call in as well. Some people do call the line anyway, long distance. You're welcome to do that, but we will ultimately set up the Discord server for people to call in. Just haven't gotten to it yet, but we will. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. A couple more super chats coming in. Where are we at right now? Junior Karoma says RJ's going to be okay. Shout out my boy Jay Ellis and the gorgeous Ashley. But CP was right on the money with Derrick Rose. Way to smoke him, CP. Way to smoke him. Thank you, Junior. I
Oh, so
appreciate
how come we don't get any credit for
I
being right?
appreciate
How come I don't get any credit, or
He
Jails doesn't get any credit for being right on Julius Randle? Where's our
He
credit?
gave y'all compliments, though. But he
I want
said at
credit.
the end of the day, yeah, he came with you. He came on your boy's side. That's it.
Nobody gave me credit for
That's-
being right about Julius
that's-
Randle from day
That
one.
was many moons ago. We forgot about that. He's the MVP
It was.
now.
It was day one.
He's the
It was
MVP
day one.
now.
I was holding him down. Y'all were
Hey.
ready to trade him for cold water and chopped cheese. I remember.
I remember
I
too, man. We got
remember.
heat.
And I told you that Julius was gonna be the MVP of the team. So I'm 2-0.
No,
I'm
no,
2-0.
yo, that
Jail,
spin,
get
that
him.
spin
Get
you
him.
just pulled, CP, is worse than
It's-
Julius Randle's last
listen,
year. All right,
The tape does not lie. It's all in the archives.
That
It's all
spin
in
you
the
just
archives.
pulled?
It's all
No,
in the archives.
that
I
is
told
not-
you,
that is not
go
the
to the
ink.
This man was
preseason.
gonna trade him for some hot nuts and a chopped cheese, and now he's talking about MVP.
he was like, "Get him out of here."
I'm just talking business. But go
was
to
like,
the,
"Get him
go
outta
to the
here."
preseason
For the
preview.
sake.
The preseason preview was me, Ashley, P, Alex. I said the MVP was gonna be Julius, and that's it. That's
Yo,
it.
Which makes your take.
CP.
Which
Wait.
makes your take on wanting to trade him even
Man.
more asinine.
Why?
Like,
Well,
Yo,
business
CP,
is
you doing a
business.
nice job of telling half the story, CP. You're doing a really nice job telling half the story.
Listen.
Yes, you did say he can be the MVP of the team.
Yeah.
The team.
Yeah.
But you also said, get him out of here on the first thing smoking at the trade deadline while his value is high. You did
big
say
facts.
If there's a trade to make, yes, I'm
He was
open
on
for
that Ari
business.
train. He was on that Ari train big
Yeah.
time, riding it all the way to trade Julius
Yeah.
Station. He was riding it no
I'm
stop.
open.
Just
I'm
straight
open
go.
for business if the
Express.
opportunity presents itself. All
Right.
right.
He was taking that express train to
That-
trade Julius Randle.
that Express 5 to Flatbush. You
This
taking
is
that.
a complicated and delicate situation. It's not easy. It's not easy. So I'm doing my best. But I'm 2-0 in the debates. All right. First lady of
wow.
sports drops a super chat. She says,
Yo, Caps in the
based,
chat if y'all remember.
based on the upcoming schedule,
Caps
the
in
Knicks
the
can
chat.
win 8 games in a row. Atlanta is next, and they are struggling. Spurs will be the toughest team. Yeah, Spurs coming up will be tough. Atlanta, they didn't do the job, man. Atlanta was supposed to beat the Mavs on Thursday. They didn't get the job done. Or it was early this week. Usually the Tuesday or Thursday. They didn't get the job done. But, yeah, Atlanta's definitely struggling. Louis B., shout out to Shaolin. He says, I love having IQ at the 2 guard. Great win. Peace, Louis B. Maxwell Walter says, IQ stays impressive. Such a solid W. Playoffs are en route, no doubt. All right, so a little more of the P word coming out tonight. All right, no doubt. Back to the phones. What's going on?
Yo, someone said, some fat boy with kids said, CP and Ashley are the Beyonce and Jay-Z of cat. I'm dead.
Yeah. That's foul, man. Come on, fat boy. Come on, man. You dropped a super chat. I thought you were the homie, man.
At least he said I'm Beyonce, and I'll take that.
Yeah.
So, thank you, fat boy. I appreciate it. That's all I heard. I just heard Beyonce, and then I stopped reading. So I don't care.
That's it. Just stop reading after that, man. Let's go to Kyrie from New York. Kyrie who, bro?
Definitely not Irving.
All right. No doubt. All right, make your case, sir. You can now proceed.
Okay.
All right, 3 quick points. One is quickly needs to be starting, man. That boy's special. 2, Obi, man. Obi. I don't understand why quickly and Obi don't really start too much together. But Obi, man, he's just shooting threes and just chucking them up and then airballing them and stuff like that. Man needs to get in the paint, man. As a fellow big man, if coach ever put me in the game and I shot a 3 like that and an air ball that bounced off the rim and was crazy miss, I'd be hitting the pine, man, all the way at the end, man. I'd never see the end of the game.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Appreciate the call, bro. Appreciate the call, man. I mean, look, on the quickly thing, yeah, early in the season, yeah, you certainly wanted him to start, and the way he's playing, you would like that. But, I mean, the way him and Rose are cooking off that with that bench unit, I'm not sure you even want to touch that right now because as it is, they're getting plenty of opportunities, or quickly will get his opportunities to close the game if the situation calls for it. I think.
Yeah, like it's tough, man. It's tough because you do see the slow starts, and when it's working with Peyton, it's working. When it's not, it's not. But when it's not, take him out. Today he had 20 something minutes today.
IQ had tonight quickly had 21 minutes, 22 for Peyton.
Yeah, and 22 for Peyton.
23 for Rose. Rose got the most out of the point guard trio.
Yeah, so if like, all right, coach recognizes he's not playing well, he takes him out. Now you play in kind of backup minutes. We split in the minutes now. So if that's the case, if he is going to start, I do like the minute reduction here. You know what I'm saying? So it balances it out. And you saw Rose with the starting unit. You'll see quickly in there with Randall sometimes. So I like that. So you don't lose too much of the chemistry. You know what I mean? Of just having Alfred out there with the second unit and not feeding Obi Toppin and these other guys, because that second unit is really working for us.
Yeah, they're cooking. They're cooking. So at this point, I'm just not sure if you really want to disrupt it. But
yeah,
when the game really, really mattered, it was IQ and Rose that truly closed it, right? They didn't close it, by the time it was 0-0-0 in the fourth. But when the game was really, still could have tipped either way, it was IQ and Derrick Rose that closed that game.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. They came in, IQ shot a few threes, and they took over the game, and that's the look that might happen. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen with RJ too, if he's going to be used as a closer now that IQ and Rose are in there, and it seems like Tibbs likes to go with spacing with Alec Burks in there with him sometimes. So I'm curious to see how that goes going forward.
I think that's going to be the interesting play. It's not going to be Rose's impact on IQ. It's going to be the two of them are cooking. You need IQ spacing. You need Rose as a floor general and spacing and everything. I mean, let's be honest, he's probably your second and third best player on this team right now still.
Yeah, I mean, it was 5 minutes left in the game, and they had already, off the bench, 36 points combined in 37 minutes. So, I mean, they clearly have a very cohesive relationship on that floor. So, definitely need to go ahead and, utilize that and milk it for all that you can.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be the interesting question is how RJ fits into this.
Yeah.
And, how he develops chemistry with them, because obviously that's what you'd like to see. All right, let's go to Angel's back. Angel from Philly. Angel, how you feeling, bro?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Good, bro. What's going on? How's everything?
I'm good, man. I'm enjoying the win. I'm just letting y'all know I'm holding it down from Philly. So anybody got a problem with Ashley and Jay Ellis and CP, y'all got to deal with me, too. I'm just letting y'all know.
Respect.
All right.
But, as far as the game,
He doesn't
I'm
know
happy
Ashley's
we
a
won.
Cowboys fan. He'll change his mind.
I'm a little upset about the third quarter because I felt like he kept the unit in too long. I feel like if our bench is playing the way that it is, bring them in sooner so therefore we can stop the bleeding. Because when it comes to the substitutions, I think Coach Tibbs, I don't understand why he has Julius Randle in the game when we're up 19 with 6 minutes in the fourth quarter. Play Obi more.
Yep.
And I feel like if we can just get another guard to fill the hole of shooting, I think we'll be good, man. It looks like we're going to make the playoffs, but we just got to be more consistent and keep beating the teams that we're supposed to beat. And then, if we can make it to the playoffs, I do think that when it comes to free agency, we'll be able to sign better players as well. So we just got to keep it rolling. I'm out.
Appreciate it, Angel. Yeah, you're not the only one that had that concern with the substitutions. I mean, I think it comes up a lot in terms of going with the starters too long, especially in that third quarter, especially when your second unit has it going. So, that's something that Tibbs has to take a look at, and thankfully it didn't kill us tonight, but certainly something to take a look at.
Yeah, I agree. We've been talking about it all year. That's been the thing that goes wrong with Tiz. He's like, he doesn't like to put the second
Scorpion and the frog.
There we go.
Well, actually, he's a scorpion and the frog. You know what I'm saying?
The old scorpion and the frog tail. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, we got away with one today. We got the win. That's all that matters today. Hopefully, he learns from mistakes. We see the minutes are going down for Elfrid Payton and some of these guys. So he's a little stubborn, but he gets it right sometimes. So we're winning. We're winning still.
Yeah, and I mean, you got Julius working out there, and the game is out of hand. Like, we got the game. Put Obi in. Obi finished 15 minutes. Give him a couple.
He could have got 20
minutes.
today.
Yeah, he could have got 20 today. For sure.
Yeah.
Ash, you had something? Good.
You can kind of get away with Tibbs can get away with mistakes like this against a team that's short, like Houston, and their shots just were not falling. I mean, for the most part, they were just bricking it up. But you can't get away with that when you're playing like the Lakers or when you're playing the Clippers or when you're playing some of the better shooting teams and just as good defensive teams as you are. So his rotations are still a concern of mine and many people. It happened to work today. It happened to not work against us. We were able to bounce back. We were able to still pull out the win. Not every game will be like that. And it's going to be a concern throughout the entire season. And I think what also is troubling for me is that I think that the wins tend to kind of mask that. When you're losing, it's real easy to kind of be like, this is why we lost. This, Tibbs this, Tibbs that. This is your rotations aren't working. But when you win, it's kind of like, Tibbs in his head is saying, see, it works. It works. We got to win. We got to win back to back. So I think it can mask it. And it's like the smoke and mirrors effect of it. And that's a little troublesome because it doesn't always work. It's not going to always work. So that still needs to be a major adjustment.
Certainly worth watching. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Let's get those likes up. A couple more super chats came in. Salute to Alan Berman. He says, salute. Another good win against a team we should beat. 25 games in and only 2 under 500. And talking playoffs with confidence. I want a top 8 seed. Feel like it would mean something for this team. All right, no doubt. Paul Robinson says, it's still start IQ, hashtag start IQ. Our starters offensively don't have chemistry, and the bench has saved them from the last 3 games. This can't work because the starters close tight games. IQ opens the floor for the starters. Yeah, so certainly good points, man. Certainly good points. S-God35, S-God appreciate it. He says, we are in need of deadly shooters either in the draft or free agency. Do you think we try and pry Gary Trent Jr. from the Blazers in the trade or free agency? We have too many streak shooters bricking wide open shots. Yeah, I mean, ideally you want Bullock, you want Burks. Those are your 2 top guns to be more consistent there. Tonight, Bullock was 3 for 5 from downtown, though. 9 points. He gave you 7 the other night.
He gave us a nice little start. Below.
Yeah, Burks was off tonight, only 1, but overall I think he still played solid with that second unit. So Burks, you'd like to see him get some more volume up in there.
Absolutely,
for sure. A couple more. Joseph Rollins says this team still needs a sniper. I thought Rivers would be it, but it hasn't happened for him. Yeah, I don't know, man. And with Trent, I mean, I can't see the Blazers letting him go.
Yeah, why would they let him go?
I can't say. A lot of people have asked about Gary Trent Jr. I mean, solid defender, excellent 3-point shooter. I can't see the Blazers letting that go. You know, he's their sixth man, and right now with CJ out, you know, he's much more important to that team. So,
yeah,
yeah,
that's more of like a off-season try to steal them from the Blazers,
right?
Because they don't like to spend money move,
right? I think he was picked right after Mitch. So the two steals of that draft was Mitchell Robinson, Gary Trent Jr. I think Mitch was 36, Gary Trent 37, or somewhere around that range.
37.
Yeah, they were both picked.
That's a pick. That's a hell of a bet.
They were both picked within range of each other. Mitchell Robinson, Gary Trent Jr. Steals of that draft, second round picks. All right, a couple more before we wrap. Let's go to Let's go to Mars from H-Town. Wants to talk about the win. So Mars, you're a Knicks fan in H-Town. What's going on, bro?
Oh, y'all holding it down. Y'all hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, already, bro. Loud and clear. What's going on, bro?
From the BX to the TX, Houston, Texas. Yo, die-hard New York Knicks fan. From the days when we were in the championship, we lost against Houston Rockets when O.J. Simpson was running from the police. that die-hard fan.
No doubt.
Anyway, I love how we hold it down. I think we need to get rid of Payton and maybe put Austin Rivers in the starting lineup because we need an extra shooter on the court. But you know what? Love won't Houston every time. Go New York.
Peace, bro. Peace, Mars. His
You
intro.
put who in the starting lineup?
Rivers.
Austin Ponds.
Austin, who that?
Austin Kiddie Pool. Hey, his intro was fire. His intro
He
was,
did have
started
the
off
intro.
with a 5.
Yeah. He had me hooked. From the BX to the TX. I was like, okay, I'm in.
My man was flowing. He was about to go chopped and screwed on us. Like, he was about to go in. I was ready.
Yeah, he was about to go Bubba Sparks. And then he just went.
Nah, Bubba Sparks is Georgia jail.
The only starting lineup Austin is gonna be on is when they board the plane first.
Facts.
Facts.
Not in Madison Square Garden. He's not gonna be in the starting lineup.
Man. Hey, he came out the gates hot, man. I was ready for the rest.
Rivers is in a situationship right now, man. He's in the stuff.
Yeah, he came in. He came in late in the game. Salute to Rivers. That's still my guy. Just going through it right now, and next man up league. So, that's just how it goes down. Salute to Rafael Castro in the chat. Team #new. Throw your cities in the chat. We just heard from Mars from H-Town, BX to the TX. Throw your cities in the chat. Let us know where you guys are checking in from. We'll shout you guys out. All right, a couple more before we wrap. Mars had some bars, JL. Sometimes.
Yeah, he did, man.
Then it just went south, man.
Start Rivers for shooting. Start him where?
Yeah.
For shooting where?
Still salute to him, though. New caller, you know what I'm saying? Let's go another new caller, Jason from Pennsylvania. Jason, how you doing? Jason, go once.
Hey, doing good. I love your show. Amazing show. So awesome. I just have one quick question I want to
Oh.
You still there?
Yeah, loud and clear, bro. Waiting
Hello?
on you. Yeah, waiting on you, man. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have one quick question. I mean, what's going on with R.J. Barrett? This is probably, the third or fourth game he's been struggling right now? Is his shooting is off or something like that? I wanted to know what your feedback about it. I'm going to get off the phone, but thanks for, having my call.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. I mean, we kind of touched on it earlier in the night. I mean, I just think it was just an off night for him. I mean, he finished with 7 points, still had 5 assists, so he was still productive in certain areas. 2 of 8 from the field. I thought he missed, 2 to 3 bunnies that he could have had. He only took 1 3 and he missed it. So I thought he took some shots that, normally he should make, and he's got to finish better. That's all it is. I think he's just got to finish better.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Got to finish better. Didn't shoot well, and then Tibbs, he went with another direction when he wasn't playing well, and that's all he wrote.
Yeah.
But RJ will be back. He'll be fine. Like, he closed with him the game before. He's going to get his time again.
He will be fine. RJ's going to be fine. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of a slump right now. and he'll snap back out of it like he did the last time. There's going to be a lot of these slumps throughout the season until he gets more consistent, until he, has more consistencies than he has inconsistencies. It's going to be okay. The 9 God is alive, flourishing. We'll be back. Don't worry about RJ. It's all good in the hood.
That's a fact. Salute Jonathan N. South Memphis. Salute. Jean Cheriel, LI, stand up. Salute to everybody in Long Island. Kevin K checking in from Shaolin. What's going on? Enzo 954 checking in from Delray Beach. Yeah, so he's down there in Florida. Salute to Bada Zubros checking in from Alicante, Spain. Fritz Alcindo checking in from New Haven, Connecticut, pizza capital of the world. Lou Diamond, salute to the Heights, everybody up there in the Heights. B More, Press Start 410, what's going on? Baltimore heavy in here. We got Edward Stolling checking in from Hempstead/Fort Lauderdale. All right, so
okay,
no doubt.
How do you do that? How do you manage?
He probably went down there for the sun, man. Beats all the freezing rain and snow we got up here. So salute to him. Muhammad Mustafa Wahad checking in from Fremont, California. Salute to you. And Anthony Cooper checking in from the QC. Charlotte, bro. Appreciate it, man. All right, a couple more calls before we wrap. Let's go to YO. Jarrell, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Good. Yo, just take it off speakerphone. No speakerphone, bro. Please take it. No speakerphone. No speakerphone. No speakerphone.
No, I'm not on speaker.
Oh, sounded like it. All right, go ahead.
Hello? All right, so I just got the idea that, like, we should shoot for Bradley. My reason is, for our starters, it'll open up the floor so much. And I don't feel like we have to reach too hard to get him. He wants to go.
So who's your starters? Who are you trading? Who are you trading? What's your trade?
Bert, Austin in our second round.
Yo, have a good night, fam. have a good night, fam.
Maybe Ashley can pull that off, but I don't know if.
Send me in. I don't even think I can get that deal done.
Maybe Ashley can pull that off.
I don't think I can get that deal done.
Quick hooks.
He said,
I don't know if Leon can though.
Quick hooks, man. I'm almost done. My fault.
Yeah. No, if I'm Washington and you're like, yeah, so I got a proposition for you. How about I send you Bert Click? Like, no.
I had to treat it like a simulation, man. I'm sorry, bro. I appreciate the call, man.
It's a no for me.
Yo, if we get Ashley the Viking hat, she could 100% pull that trade off.
Yeah, man. Salute Jarrell and YO, man. But Jarrell, like, you're wilding, man. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy talk, man.
I don't even think I could get that done, Jalen. Yeah. Like,
I believe in you.
And I could finesse pretty much a lot. I can't even do that.
For sure. Marvin from Long Island. Marvin, how you doing?
How you doing, guys? You guys are very forgiving. The other night you guys were saying that, we need to build and we need to, stick with the youth and things of that nature. And now you're fielding these questions about trades. I think we should just build from the draft. And I believe what we should continue to allow the youth to grow. However, I do believe in keeping the young guys on the bench. Okay, they don't have to start or be in the game all the time in order to grow. I mean, for example, Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre, and it worked out fine. You just gotta let them grow. They can learn. Rose can teach, but Rose should be starting on this team. On this team, Rose should be starting, and the youth should be learning from him. It's just a fact. He's clearly the best player on the team.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Okay, man. Appreciate
it. And he's direction.
Yeah, appreciate the call. Yeah, and he does. Yeah, he does provide direction for the team. I definitely agree with that. We don't know what the agreement is with Rose and Tibbs right now in terms of how to treat his playing time. Tibbs he's come off the bench for Detroit. Tibbs just says he's going to come off the bench for now. He's getting the minutes that he's gotten in Detroit on a load management type of situation. Who knows if he's due for more or if they make the playoffs, do they ramp him up? I don't know. We got to wait and see. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's set in stone whether he's going to start or come off the bench. But for right now, it's working.
Yeah.
I don't agree with Rose I don't agree with Rose being a starter for two reasons. And I know he's using the Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers analogy, but it's a little bit different in football.
Much different in football.
I think, when you have 20-year-old guys, 22-year-old guys, 19-year-old guys on your team, they need the reps, especially because Derrick Rose is not going to be an immediate part of your future. He's here now. He's not going to be here 2-3 seasons from now. These guys, for the most part, will be. And you want them to know what it's like to start. You want them to know what it's like to start a basketball game, to come in hot. You want them to get in, fluid rotations and things like that. I don't think having D Rose coming off, starting and not coming off the bench and those guys watching him start is going to change anything. I think it's much better with what they have going on. Also, with D Rose's age, I think he prefers coming off the bench.
Yeah.
I think, if you believe the conversations that transpired when he was released from Detroit, one of the things that he said was like, look, I only have so much legs left. So, I want to go someplace that's going to be somewhat, alive and going to be somewhat of a contender, going to be somewhat of a team that I can contribute to in different aspects. So I just think having him coming off the bench is just a good niche spot for him at this point of his career. I don't think it's anything necessary for him to do the opposite end of that spectrum. I just think it doesn't add to the situation. It doesn't hurt the situation. I just don't think it adds to the situation. I think where he is right now is fine.
Certainly working, and like I said, right now, if he's there to close, let's just see how it plays out. Right now they're winning. They won 2 in a row, 13-15 on the campaign. They got playoff aspirations, so let's just see how it plays out. You can bet that if they do make it, he'll have a more considerable role within his offense. I can't doubt that. So we'll just see how it plays out, man. We'll just see how it plays out.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of feel like, I don't know, I watch stagger minutes closely. So when minutes are getting staggered, I'm paying attention, because I always feel like that's the coach's way of experimenting for 2 or 3 minutes to see how stuff works.
Yeah.
And today, when things started to go awry, I noticed that Derrick Rose was the first guard off the bench. He was doing the Derrick Rose IQ for the first couple of games.
Right.
Today was Derrick Rose with the
First,
starter.
he was first off the bench.
Yeah, and he was playing with the starters for like a 2-3 minute period. So I'm keeping an eye on that, because, like Tibbs said, as for now, so that could have been his testing ground to see what that group would look like,
Right. Yeah, I agree with you there.
And I know that people are in the chat are saying, "Oh, he's only 32 in age, but in injury, he's older."
He's got mileage, though. So, he's got mileage.
Yeah, he's got a lot of mileage on him. So although his age is only 32, he's probably more like 35 when it comes to basketball year. And there's no reason the pressure of him of getting the motion of a game starting when I think he works best with the situation he's in now, when he's working with IQ, when he's in that second unit, when he's coming off the bench. There's no reason to go ahead and change what's not broken. So
true story. Val from Jersey. Val, what's going on?
Yeah. Hello, how's everybody doing? I just have to say something about the RJ Barrett disrespect on this team. Now, I know Ashley doesn't like this guy, but the only guy that ever passed to RJ was Frank Ntilikina. I watched sometimes the Kentucky clicking up. I see quickly and Rose clicking up, and RJ is like a fourth option. The only time he can touch the ball is when he get a rebound on the fast break, but in the half court, they're ignoring him. I'm sorry, but we need someone on the team that's going to see RJ. I don't want to lose RJ like how we lost Quinn. We got to start feeding him.
So Val, whose minutes is Val? But ask yourself this question though, Val. Whose minutes right now is Frank taking right now? Whose minutes is Frank taking right now?
Who's Frank? All right, whose minutes? All right. Ready? Oh, damn. I mean, if we move Knox to pound forward, Frank can kind of help at the 3 a little bit.
Calling from France, I can't hear him.
Because we're going to need extra bodies in there. All I'm saying is I just want somebody in there that's going to prioritize RJ the way Peyton and Randall prioritize each other, the way the Kentucky crew prioritizes each other with Burke. I just need RJ to get fed.
Okay.
Give him the ball. And Frank always passed to Knox and RJ. Believe it or not.
All right, man, appreciate the call, bro. Appreciate the call.
I rebuke the Frank conversation.
Yeah.
I refuse.
He didn't have an answer. He didn't have a good answer.
I rebuke it. I don't want to talk about it.
I thought he was going to say Elf.
Until Frank steps on the court and plays NBA minutes in the year 2021, I am rebuking the conversation. I don't want to hear about it. I don't care about it. He's not taking anybody's minutes. The man couldn't even give me a name. I was waiting for him to say something.
My man had no answers. He said,
that he should take like IQ's minutes or something so we could bang it on him because I was this close. No, it's dead.
My man Val had no answers, man. Val had no answers. He sounded like Jarrell from Yonkers with his Levine, with his Beal trade, man. You guys gotta come ready. Come ready.
Yeah, you gotta come ready.
You know,
and Elf has been producing better lately. So it's even harder to say Elf, you know what I'm saying? But that was my answer.
Even with his flaws, you can't argue him being completely out of it, you know, because I don't think Tibbs is gonna do that, and I don't think so. He's not gonna do that. You know, for the people that want Peyton gone, they're not gonna trade him.
No, they're not trading Peyton.
They're not gonna trade him.
Put Frank in a red shirt and red and white striped shirt and call him Waldo because we can't find him. Like
Frank, I haven't even seen him on the bench. I don't know if he might still be in Miami. I think they left him in Miami.
Yeah, I think he's still over protocol.
Listen, let me run into Frank in the 305. I got some things
in Miami, man. Frank was at AOD and ran into somebody that had COVID. They put him in the COVID protocol.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Let me run into Frank in Miami. We gotta have a conversation.
Frank is toast. He's finished, man. He's finished. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
AOD like Ace of Diamonds?
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. yeah. Frank, he's a young guy. You know, he's coming into America. He's trying to check out what's going on. Frank, he's not playing. You're not
even playing minutes.
Frank was out late, man. Went to AOD one.
He wasn't getting burned anyway. I'd be out too.
Yeah, he was out.
The strip club is for players, not bench players. What money are you throwing, sir? You should be saving those coins. You're gonna need them, okay?
Man, I'd be happy with Frank money right now.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Savings. Put them into savings because those MSG checks are gonna stop very soon. Okay.
Yo, I'm good with a cool $7 million a year.
Yeah, Frank's. I think Frank's getting like 8.
Yeah, 7 to 8, right?
I think Frank's getting like 8, man.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Send him to the G League. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah, go to the G League.
Time up here. Send him to the G League. Send him to the G League, man. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Let me know. Somebody give me a fight update. Let me know where this UFC card is at. And we're going to take a couple more calls and then wrap.
I'm very upset by that. By that.
No, I completely made that whole story up. I don't know. I'm not sure. I completely made that up. But it was just interesting that they put him in the COVID protocol when they got to Miami. So I'm just, deducing things. I'm just putting on my
process of elimination.
Process of elimination.
First of all, the strip club is not called Ace of Diamonds. It's King of Diamonds.
I said AOD. I said AOD.
It's AOD.
Whatever, man. Same thing.
And KOD's like not even like around anymore.
Ace Kings. Ace King. Is it AOD down there?
I kind of knew that, but I didn't want to act like I knew that.
What's Ace of Diamonds?
Ace of Diamonds is Atlanta, isn't it?
Okay. So I had the location.
Ace of Spades is the drink.
Yes.
Ace
of Diamonds is a real spot, though.
You did like some weird. You did like a fusion thing, kind of like
Ace of Diamonds is a real spot. I know what I'm talking about. Ace of Diamonds.
I know someone in the chat knows. So let us know.
Ace of Diamonds is a real place. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know KOD, but AOD's a real place. I think it's like the sister company.
The sister company? I can't.
It's a franchise. You know what I mean? Ace King.
Sack of Diamonds is somewhere.
Yeah. Sack of Diamonds, all of that, man. All of that. All right.
I hate it.
Harlem World, PJ, what's going on? Oh, it's PJ.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
Good, man. How you feeling, bro?
All right, not bad, bro. So I want to talk about a couple of things, right? Real quick. Hold on, I got a little bit of notepad here. So I didn't forget nothing. All right, cool. So CP, first thing I wanted to find out from you, right, is because I really appreciate your thoughts on the game. All three of y'all, I really value what you guys think. So I really need a real answer on what's really going on with RJ. Now, before y'all tell me that he's in a drought and he's just having a slump over the last 3 or 4 games, I think it's something else, bro. I'm watching these games, and he's not as aggressive as he used to be. People aren't passing him the ball as much. I don't really see much of a chemistry between him and the rest of the team, other than maybe Randall. And I just feel like there's something else there. Before you answer that, hold on. Let me get to my next point.
Okay,
Next
all right.
point
Turn the page.
Rose coming to the Knicks. Rose coming to the Knicks was more so about Rivers not being as effective as we thought he was going to be when we signed him.
Yeah.
So it had nothing to do with taking away minutes from Manuel Quickly or from anybody else on the team. It had more so to do with Rivers. That's why he's in the back of the bench, and more than likely he's going to get traded, if not by the end of the trade deadline, but by the end of the season. We're going to use him in a package, hopefully to be able to get Beal. Richard, get me to my next point. I would do the Beal deal. Now, before you guys go and clown me about who we should do, what should be a real trade, realistically, we don't really have anything that I'm willing to give up for Beal, right? They're going to want maybe 2 first-round picks, RJ and Obi or something like that. I'm not going to do that. So, I would love to do the deal, but I don't want to give up our 4 guys for that deal. So I'd rather just hold on and maybe hopefully he'll demand a trade so he can lessen his value so we'll be able to pick him up. Hold on. Don't say nothing. Hold on. Let me get to the next point. I'm disappointed.
But I'm waiting on the deal. No. Yo, hold on, bro. What is the deal for Bradley Beal? You got to tell me the deal if you want him.
Oh, you want me to? I mean, I'm not, like I said, I can't give you a deal because there's nothing that we have that I'm willing to give up.
Okay.
You would have to give up something. Let's be realistic. They're going to want, you would have to give up something like, say, for an example, RJ, Kevin Knox, Mitch, and maybe a first-round pick. Something like that.
I got you.
First round pick.
Okay.
Right? But and I'm not willing to give up RJ or even Obi. They're gonna want some of our key players. They may even want Randall. They're gonna want to try to hijack us, right? And I'm not willing to do that. So no, I'm not going to do any type of deal right now.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
Okay.
So, and I already see y'all laughing and thinking that I'm sounding crazy. No, I'm just not. I'm saying to you that I want to do a deal, but I don't.
Okay, all right. Now we got it, fam. What's the third point?
All right, bet. All right. So hold on. So now, in reference to Peyton, right?
Okay.
Everybody's been clowning Peyton in regards to him not being able to shoot. We all know he can't shoot, but think about it. There's a lot of teams in the league that's willing to trade for him. Why are they willing to trade for him? He plays very good defense. He can get to the hole, and he knows how to set the offense in the beginning of the game. That's why you got Tibbs starting him. All right? So let's keep him going for now, okay, until we can get another guard at the end of the year because he has no trade clause in his contract. We can't do nothing with him. So we got to hold on to him. He plays good defense. Let's keep going with him. He's going to be good because, in reference to the playoffs, when it comes time to playoffs,
okay,
right? Because the game slows down, and that's where it's going to help us. So I know it's a lot. I ain't going to hold you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Obi is going to be a real good player as long as we find a really good point guard to match his ability, because that's what I think he's lacking.
Yeah.
He's not able to get a point guard with him to be able to match his ability. When you see Rose on the floor with him, you see he flourishes, he's able to move a little bit more, frequently, move a little bit more fluently, and that helps him. So he needs a really good point guard.
All right, appreciate the call. Appreciate the call, bro. I'm sorry, but we just got to keep the calls moving, man. I got you, though. We got you, man. Listen, with the whole RJ thing, I think the bottom line is we just got to wait and see. It's a couple games skid now, but he was cooking for, the last 10 games before that. So let's give him a chance. Yes, he has the tape on the knee. We'll have to see how, what's going on there. Did look a little bit slower than normal. Didn't really have his typical burst. Not to say that he has a lot of burst and explosion, but it was more evident in other games. Today he looked a little bit slower. So we'll see. We just have to wait and see. But I wouldn't say that, it's something to be alarmed about by any means. I just think that's just it, man.
I agree.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we mentioned it. We spoke about it 1,000 times already. So, salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Big surges in the chat going in. We got Chuck D in the chat vibing out with the people, so definitely appreciate it. All right, closer of the night. Ari, what's going on, man? How you feeling, bro?
Bro, what have I been listening to like the past couple calls, man? Like if Adderall was a caller in human form, it would be that guy. Like, try following what he was saying. But and oh my God, we were so close to getting through a stream without hearing Frank's name, and then someone had to do it. Obviously, like we were so close, man, and someone had to do it. But
hey, they missed him, man. They missed Frank.
I mean, shout out Papa Left. Speedy recovery. I'm actually on that green magic, to be honest with you. So like, I'm not really in a confrontational like mood right now.
Okay.
But actually, like, I'm just gonna say it. I'll still trade Randall for 2 first-round picks or more. Not chopped cheese. I would have traded Randall for chopped cheese. 2020 Randall for chopped cheese. 2021 Randall, 2 first-round picks or more. Because CP and I, we're looking. We're looking at business. The future, right? We're not prisoners at the moment. We're trying to build a championship team.
That's a fact.
So, that's that. Frank didn't catch COVID. He's out with a broken fingernail, so that's another thing. What else was I going to say? Also, watching Derrick Rose, Boogie Cousins, and John Wall on the same floor was like watching a Wounded Warrior project, man. That was like so many injuries. Like, I can't believe it. But you know what the truth is, though? The truth is Derrick Rose is better than all of them, all right? And this is the main point I want to talk about,
man.
right?
Salute to your service.
Before Green Magic, this is what I want to talk about, all right? Derrick Rose, right? He's always been good, period, okay? He's always been nice, okay? This idea that Derrick Rose is washed up is fake news media, bro. It's fake news, dude. What ended up happening is he got injured, okay? Mm-hmm. He got injured. He had multiple injuries. And then the reason why this narrative started was because he didn't want to come back and play. He wanted to sit out an extra year. And people started clowning D Rose. And the narrative stuck that D Rose was like a washed bum, when in reality he was never washed. Just because you're not the most athletic point guard to ever live, and because you're not the youngest MVP in NBA history, doesn't mean you're washed. This guy's always been good. Period. End of story. He'll continue to be good, all right? Whatever he lost in athleticism, he gained in shooting. And also what he's doing with Emmanuel Quickly right now is exactly what DeAndre Jordan did with Mitchell Robinson last year. He's really tutoring him, so I like that. Second point, all right? Emmanuel Quickly, right? People in the chat be saying, like, yo, like, I think we found our future six-man of the year, six-man this. Bro, like, I think people are underestimating this guy. He's so good, bro. You don't understand.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think he has all-star potential, man. I think people are short-selling how good this guy is. I did some research because I'm in my surge bag, all right? I'm in my surge bag. I did some research, right? He's averaging 12 points in 19 minutes a game. 12 points in 19 minutes a game. Per 36 minutes, 23 points a game as a rookie. He's shooting 5th in the NBA in free throw percentage, all right? He's an elite shooter, and not only do the numbers back it up, but if you watch the game, even when he misses, he barely misses the shot, all right? So I think Quickly, like, just because he was the 25th pick doesn't mean he doesn't have a high ceiling. I think this guy is a future all-star ceiling, man, honestly.
Okay.
And listen, the last thing I want to say, all right?
Mm-hmm.
We still need to add assets to this team, man. We're in a rebuilding mode. So whether that's trade Randall or that's trade anyone else, you guys can discuss that, whatever. But we shouldn't abandon the number one thing, which is adding assets and continuing the rebuild. So maybe, I don't know, maybe what we could do is, if you want to compete for the playoffs but also add assets, maybe we could take on a bad contract for like 1 year, punt on free agency, get a first-round pick attached to it, so we can make a run in the playoffs and get an extra asset. So I don't know, but I don't know. I'm really
all good, bro. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, man. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
I don't think there's like bad assets out there this year like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not so sure,
bro.
I feel like that time was like last year or so when there was a bunch of contracts that you can attach picks to that we can get. And also, too, we have so many picks. You're going to have to start consolidating some of these picks for bigger picks, yo.
You're going to have to. I mean, they got rid of one for Rose, which was, I think the right thing to do. And so we'll see. I think they're open for everything. They will be open for business for the right deals. And I don't think they're going to be rushing anything. I think they'll keep their ear to the streets on whatever it is that's going to help them continue to build. But right now, I think that they're going to look to buy low as they compete for the playoffs. And that's clearly what the Rose move meant. And I think that's an indicator that they're not going to trade Randall just to trade him. And so, yeah, that's where they are, man.
Yeah. If a Randall trade happens, it's going to be next year. Next season. Be this season.
Right. That is a fact. And salute to Ari. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Let's get those likes up once again. Great show, everybody. Knicks win, man. 121-99. Back at it Monday. Knicks versus Hawks, right? Do we have the Hawks? I think that's the game, right? So Trae Young and company coming to town.
Knicks versus Hawks Monday, and then Knicks Magic on Wednesday. All
right, no doubt. All right, JLs, let's go, bro.
All right, man. Definitely check out the KOT show on SoundCloud, iTunes, Replay, and Stitcher. Also, please subscribe to the Nick of Time show on YouTube as well. Check our guys Ryan and Raw, and other people we have on the show on a weekly basis. Definitely go to the blog too at thenickoftimeshow.com. Check out our writers and the merch as well. KOT hat over there, plus some t-shirts. Got RJ, Mitch, and some others over there as well. And you can also follow us on all social medias. That is the KOT show on Twitter, the Nick of Time show on Instagram, and follow us on Facebook as well. That is our show. Back to you, Ashley.
Sure. Ashley.
As usual, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at AshNicoleMoss. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, All In with Ashley Nicole. And thank you guys so much for all the Valentine's Day wishes. I was reading them as we were going. I can't shout everybody out, but I did see them. So if you have a special someone, I hope you have an amazing day tomorrow. And if you don't, I hope you have an amazing day tomorrow. And you guys will all be my Valentines because I don't have one.
I didn't even see that. Okay, KnicksFanTV was going crazy in there.
We're not going to get the Happy Valentine's Day from the guy.
We don't get those.
That's just weird.
Yeah,
send them all.
We don't get those type of flowers, Shales. We don't get those type.
It's not about you. It's about me.
Whatever. Man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Great win, 2 in a row. 13-15 on the campaign. Let's continue the conversation. Leave a comment below. Leave a comment in the chat and let us know what you thought about this game. Knicks versus Hawks on Monday. So you know where we'll be right here. Number one show for the fans by the fans. Remember, this show is available in audio podcast format. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all the major podcast platforms on the KnicksFanTV. So no excuse to miss it. If you miss it on video, you can always catch it on audio. Great job, all the mods, as usual. Let me salute the rest of the super chats that came in before we wrap. Cynthia, appreciate it. She says, nice win, #quick row. Agree, not interested in either Beal nor Oladipo. Jay Boogie was right. Quickly Rose combo is fire. Peace. Appreciate Cynthia, appreciate you. Mike McIntosh says, our bench would smoke most of the Eastern Conference. Feel very good about going up against the top teams in the playoffs. Knicks are back. Amari voice. Papa Left once again says, one Randall receipt will not buy back the Alonzo Harris smoke. 2 Blue Magic is nice, but white on white, like I got the whole thing bleached, is home uni. I don't know why they're going with these Jordan uniforms a lot, man. I thought that was gonna be like a little specialty thing.
Disgusting.
It's
like, get out your feelings. Get out your feelings.
It's crazy, man. What happened to the white home uniforms? Chuck is in the chat. Talk to me, Chuck. I know you gotta be going crazy, man. The Jumpman logo on the jersey, the blue jerseys at home, not even like the away jersey. Ash, we need that jersey behind you. Those are the ones that Knicks fans have been clamoring for. We need those. We need those back. Get rid of the Jumpman thing, man.
Yo, Steve, stop, Steve,
what are you doing, Steve?
Yeah, head of marketing.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the one.
Facts. Facts. Fat Boy with Kicks says, yo, CP, I still need that 4X KnicksFanTV hoodie. All right, man, I got you, bro. I got you, man. I got you. Somebody else also hit me, said I gotta, make sure I look out for those guys. So we'll look out for you, man. Fat Boy with Kicks, I got you, bro. Hit me on Instagram. Send me a DM on Instagram so I make sure I have your contact. I'll make sure I'll get that in your size. Ed Paula says, your great win, but can Burks make a shot? Yeah, we need Burks to come alive, especially if we're going to make the playoffs. Need Burks to be more consistent. Freak New York says, great show, professional and entertaining. Definitely appreciate it. Rhyme Animal Chuck D says, IQ now finding that a cagey yet athletic super vet like D Rose won't have those walls, balls, and Kembas on their heels, while schooling from Conley, CP3s, and Stephs will be carefully respected with concern. Maturation and quickly, man, and Rose is certainly helping him. There's no doubt. So that's good to see. That chemistry is budding very fast. Jeffrey Vasquez says that Blue Magic hits different tonight. We got callers talking crazy, but great win. Shout out to the Knicks fan, Wall 72. Hey man, all views are welcome, all opinions are welcome. It all makes for a good show, so appreciate it. Tiger Style says Frank Hive, straight up glue sniffers. Just give up and throw your membership card in the yellow snow like I did.
Not glue sniffers.
He said, Ash, your eye roll game is too strong. Shout out Tiger Style. And the NY Sports Guy says, don't let this game distract you. That Jay Ellis and Ashley said that Rose is coming to take IQ's minutes. CP smoked them in the debate. That's the final word. And Rose is less efficient than Peyton. That's the people are talking. That's not me.
I hope we got this all out of our system.
The people are talking. I expected this. I was gonna warn you before you came back, Ashley, that the smoke was coming. You know what I'm saying?
Numbers
just gonna let you.
Numbers don't lie. Look it up. I make numbers up. Glass.com.
That's it. That's all.
I'm asleep the same, so it's fine.
That's all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna let you know. Feel the wrath. The wrath was coming. So it is what it is. Great show, everybody. See you guys Monday night. We out of here, people.